All right, so let's start off by figuring out what is behavioral economics. It means many things to different people, but its most fundamental tenet is that human behavior is irrational, that you and I don't always make logical decisions, that you and I don't always behave rationally. So given that I wear running shoes in the snow, I sometimes don't bother putting on sunscreen in a blaring sun, and I generally eat way more sugar than is nutritionally appropriate for me, I'd have to agree I am not a logical person. A lot of market researchers discovered behavioral economics in the last few years. It's a new word, it's cool, it's catchy, and who doesn't love a new buzzword? But that doesn't mean that behavioral economics is a couple of years old. It's actually garnered a lot of attention for at least 30 years, since the 80s. For instance, the first conference on behavioral economics was held at the Chicago in 1986. David Lipson was the first behavioral economics professor in 1994. The Quarterly Journal of Economics ran an entire issue on it in 1999. So it's at least 30 years old, even if we only bothered to pay attention to it in the last few years. But even if behavioral economics is 30 or more years old, there's still nothing new about it. It's just gone by a different name that all of us are familiar with and got us bored to tears in the first year of university. You probably took a class in it, passed the class, and then instantly forgot everything you had memorized. It's called psychology. And psychologists have been researching the irrationality of human behavior for hundreds of years. Wilhelm Wundt, William James, Ivan Pavlov, these are name brand examples, but even the ancient Greeks studied the irrationality of human beings. So let's look at a few recent examples of research into rationality. Nearly 100 years ago, in 1920, Edward Thorndike coined the term halo effect. Essentially, your perceptions are skewed based on what's nearby. And no matter how much you deny it and assure me that you aren't that gullible, all of us are affected by this. An average-looking person is considered less attractive when they stand next to a supermodel, but then considered very attractive when they stand next to someone who hasn't brushed their hair or showered in a month. It's why we choose a $15 bottle of wine over an $11 bottle of wine, but instead choose an $11 bottle of wine when we could have had a $9 or $15 bottle of wine. Is that rational purchasing behavior? Not at all. More than 60 years ago, 1951, Solomon Asch coined the term the conformity effect. He managed to get people to say that a line was long or short when it was just average length. He made people, including the poor gentleman in the top middle, squint and squirm for minutes before giving in to the wrong answer that all the stooges gave. This is no different than you paying a door-to-door contractor to wash your clean windows, clean your empty gutters, or replace your 5-year-old shingles because all your neighbors just signed up for his services. Rational? No. 50 years ago, 1963, Milgram conducted obedience studies which seem to suggest that people who have no ill intentions will cause harm to other people simply because someone in authority told them to do so. And we've seen this in numerous different examples in other research studies. All of these examples are why Bill Cosby pitches Jell-O, Michael Jordan pitches Nike, Florence Henderson pitches Wesson Oil, and sadly, why Justin Bieber endorses proactive skincare products. Does it make any rational sense that people are more likely to buy products endorsed by celebrities? Absolutely not. The moral of this story is that just because you've heard about something for the first time today doesn't mean it never existed before today or that it's new. All it means is behavioral economics is new to you. And rant done. Thank you.